Bandana Dee does not get the respect he deserves. In his early years it made sense why. The little dude was very much an arbitrary player 4, a strange choice as other arguably better candidates existed for that role. But as the series progressed, his character has grown tremendously, acting as the de facto sidekick to Kirby, and as of Forgotten Land, is basically the Diddy Kong of the franchise. Yet people still brush him aside as if he barely exists. It's just not fair. Despite his slow start, the little guy has absolutely put in the legwork to get where he is today, and I'd argue that deserves acknowledgement on a grander scale. And I think there's an easy way for him to receive that. As much as Bandana Dee has done in the Kirby series, there is one notable role that he has yet to fill. See, one of the major traditions of the Kirby franchise, something that nearly all of his friends have gone through, is that before they became besties with the Pink Puffball, they were villains. Either through possession, misunderstanding, or simply being selfish pricks, Kirby had to battle them before they became good. Something Bandana Dee has technically done, but that battle was deliberately a joke. And I know it's silly to put this forward as if it's some kind of initiation ritual, but it kind of is. Cause think about it, how much of the adoration behind DDD and Metaknight comes from their boss fights? Acting as antagonists, willing or otherwise, allows these characters to show off their powers untethered to the limits of being a playable character, and creates a bond of camaraderie when they are inevitably saved and help Kirby out. And most importantly, it lets them have kick-ass theme songs. It makes every appearance they have exciting, to see what new cool abilities they'll have, what their fights will be themed around, and be dumbstruck by how DDD's theme is able to repeatedly improve upon perfection. That is something Bandana Dee just doesn't have. So let's fix that. In a perfect world, the next Kirby game, or maybe even DLC for Forgotten Land, features a return of the DDD Tour mode from Triple Deluxe, where King DDD has to deal with a strange new threat. The Waddle Dees have all revolted against him. They've been corrupted by some strange new evil that feeds on innocence, turning these wholesome beings into a threatening army. And of course, who is the wholesomest being of them all? A character so pure that even when everyone else is corrupted, he remains loyal? Bandana freaking Dee. The mode features DDD traveling through various levels and fighting Waddle Dee themed bosses, culminating in a battle with the Spear Master turned evil overlord himself, where he can finally show off his skills to the fullest. I'm talking lightning fast anime spear attacks, giant volleys of projectiles, elemental infusions. I want the Undying battle translated into a Kirby boss. King DDD beats him, he seems to be saved, but suddenly the corruption takes over and a second phase begins, as Bandana Dee gets his masked DDD equivalent in the obvious form of Bandana Doo, combining spear and beam powers for an absolute laser show of a boss fight, until DDD is finally able to save his most loyal subject, allowing Bandana Dee to rejoin the Kirby cast with his head held high, his powers well established and an awesome theme song under his belt, to show all his doubters that he truly deserves his spot as a core member of the Kirby cast.